Everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Evelyn. If you're new here, welcome, and yeah, thank you so much for sticking around. So I'm sure you'd have seen the title, and yeah, this video was actually supposed to be done next week. I already scheduled it for next week, but then I had an appointment and the person cancelled on me, so I'm like, okay, let's do it now. So hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for the love, for the support so far, and yeah, this is actually really feels good to be a YouTuber, especially in Berlin, because a lot of times when I go out, I see one or two people say, I know you, and I'm like, okay. Thank you so much everyone for the love, for the support. Please, let's drop more comments. It would be nice. Drop more comment, and also drop more comment, and let's interact more in the comment section. So let's get straight to the video. My face is looking different in this camera, I don't know why, but yeah. So so in a couple of days we're going to be celebrating our 7-year anniversary, and it feels like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm back. When I remember before I got married, and when they say they're like 7 years married, I'm like, what? 7 feels like 70. But right now that we're like 7 years married, and I'm like, if you buy really fast. I'm using a new light, so if you're seeing like increase and decrease in the lighting, I'm trying to get the hang of it, so but just bear with me, you know. And yeah, like I was saying, if you buy really fast, and especially because of the fact that the month we got married, my husband traveled exactly 1 week after, so all of our married years has always been abroad. And I can really say I'm super grateful. Like, it's been we've gone through a lot together in the period of 7 years, and I'm like, what? I think that growing up, there were a lot of things what would I call it? There were a lot of things that I grew up with, or there were a lot of mindset I had growing up, and especially the past couple of years, my mindset has really changed. Like, and I think one of the things was like, everybody will be fine, like you wouldn't go through challenges, it's just going to be smooth sailing. Lord. But right now I'm getting to know that life will life, but God will always be glorified. Oh god. Did you get that right? Life will life, but God will always be glorified. Makes sense. The past 1 year has been eventful, if I say so myself. And last year my mom passed. I lost my mom and went to Nigeria to bury her, came back and started getting back to the groove of things, and I got pregnant. I'm not sure if I'm ready to share this, but yeah, I got pregnant towards the end of last year. Like, okay, let's see, let's start trying. Decided to start trying, and then I got pregnant, and I was supposed to be due in July, in a couple of days, and we traveled for a few days, and then I woke up in the midnight. I put my son to bed. I woke up in the midnight, and my water broke. I went to use the toilet, and I was weeing, and my water broke, and I was like, my husband was already asleep, my son was already asleep, it was just me awake, and the water just would not stop coming out. It wouldn't stop gushing, and I had to take a few seconds, because I know that immediately I call my husband, it's going to be, what do we do? Let's call emergency. We called emergency. I went back to the toilet. The water kept coming out. And a few days before we took that short trip, was my 22 weeks checking all the vital signs and everything, size of the baby and all that. And my baby was misgendered. It was called when I was even on the call with my husband and he told me it was a girl, I was so happy, so excited. Came home, did a gender review to my siblings, my dad, and so in my mind we're expecting a girl. And a few days later we took the short trip and all. It was nice, quite good, you know. And I was even still planning a baby moon later. I was planning a baby moon for May, for my birthday in May. And but that happened in what I was talking about happened in March. Sorry if this video is all over the place, but just bear with me. It's actually really painful to share, but yeah. So we called emergency. We went to the hospital, and they said it's actually the water that broke. And my husband couldn't come with me because it was in the middle of the night. Like, it was, I got to the hospital around past 1 in the middle of the night, and then I was admitted. They started giving me antibiotics. They asked for my motor pass. I'm like, I don't have it. They were like, you're supposed to be traveling everywhere you go to with your motor pass. I'm like, okay, now I know, thank you very much. So what are we doing? And I was given antibiotics. Like, they have to put me on bed rest till when whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. I'm like, what do you mean by that? They were like, yeah, the baby was still 21 weeks, and we're not sure, like, if the baby comes right now, the baby's still really small. Maybe the baby can make it to 23 weeks, and then they'll give an injection. Like, there were just a lot of information flying up and down. I was wheeled to the ward. I was there, like, I was on antibiotics. And when they broke, my husband and my son came over, and we're like, so what happens now? Like, we wait. We wait. Like, there's something that could be done. They were like, there's something that can be done. We're not sure if it's labor that is starting. I'm not sure if, we don't know. There was still heartbeats actually, and there was still little water. They were like, maybe the baby will produce more water for the baby to stay, but water is really important for the baby to stay alive. We're like, okay, let's see. And after a few days at the hospital, we had to ask the doctor that, is there a way we can go back to where we stay, you know? And yeah, we discussed with the doctor, and we drove straight down to Berlin and checked ourselves into the hospital. And then got to the hospital, and when they checked me, I gave them all the history and everything. And then when we checked me at the hospital, we were like, exactly, it's like baby's coming. I'm like, it's too early. They're like, yeah, we wait. I know, I don't want to give you all the gory details, but we're putting some pictures and all that. Yeah, so I went, my husband then had to leave with my son by midnight, and I stayed back, slept, woke up, and then my husband came with change of clothes for me. And by the time I went to the toilets, I saw umbilical cord was already dangling, was already out of my body and already dangling like this. I'm like, what? I screamed. They took me to the delivery ward and they checked everything. Like, we wait. I'm like, we wait. Wow. They had to even call the, I was like, I was always crying. I was crying. My husband too was crying. But one thing I was so excited, was so happy for, was when we got to Berlin, my son was able to go to the kita, because I didn't want it to like be too traumatic for him. It was already like almost a week of back and forth at the hospital, you know. So they had to even call the head of the department, the PHA professor, for me to calm me down and say, yeah, women go through stuff like this, it's sad, you don't know the reason, blah blah blah, but just to let you know that it's not your fault. I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do to cause this and all that? But they were like, you didn't do anything wrong, maybe something just went wrong, maybe it was just nature, maybe it was just this. I'm like, God. And we got to the hospital back in Berlin on Monday, and Tuesday I saw the umbilical cord, and they just, I didn't even know if I have a prayer to pray anymore. I was just saying, God, let your will be done, because really there were some things I don't even want to mention here that they started speaking about. I'm like, there were some decisions that they were asking me to make. What if the baby comes down? Would you like the baby to be resuscitated? because baby's just going to go like that, just going to breathe for just a few seconds. Would you like to hold the baby? I'm like, this is too much. Like, this is really much. And yeah, a lot of questions, a lot of things. So have you decided we're going to send down the gynecologist if the baby comes now? Blah, blah, blah. So it was just really traumatic. And I'm so thankful for my husband for just being there. We'd cry together, would sing, would laugh, would joke and all. I'm also thankful for my siblings. I'm going to get to the place of things and the vote of things, you know. So and then by Wednesday, the doctors came around and they checked, but at that point there was no heartbeat anymore. And I was taken to the and they said they were going to induce me. And so I was taken to the delivery ward, and when the induction already started, and I was contracting really bad. Like, it was really bad. And they were like, they'll give me all the pain relief they were going to give me, so I could be in, so I wouldn't be in pain and all. It was so bad. It lasted for like an hour, and then after a while the contractions stopped. The nurses were amazing, even both in the place we were and when we moved to Berlin. They were pretty, oh my god, they were so amazing. They were so supportive, so caring. Whenever I call like this, they are there. Like, I'm just so grateful for Western health sector. Like, it was just, they were just so amazing. They were I was blown away by the care. And after a while the contractions stopped, and they were like, okay, would I like to lie down? I said yes, and they asked me to push. I pushed my baby out, and I was thinking it was a girl, and I was like, oh, it's so beautiful, she's so beautiful. And they were like, would you like to open his legs? I said yes, as if they knew. When I opened it, maybe it was a boy. It looked so much like his brother and their dad. And yeah, oh my god. And yeah, and after a few minutes I pushed out the placenta. Everything was fine. They even took me pictures. Like I said, they were so amazing. Oh my god, sorry, I'm crying. And so they left me for an hour with him. She puts him on the table over there, wrapped him up, and he was looking so calm and so sweet, if I could say so. And I'm so grateful for my family, so grateful for my siblings. My dad was, I didn't tell him until after it happened, my dad and my mother-in-law. For my dad, I think he already suspected, because he kept saying, just tell them to, if it's causing her harm, another one will happen. Please just give me my daughter, that's what I want. She's so precious for me, blah blah blah. I'm so grateful for my in-laws. Oh my god, my sister-in-law was there all the way, holding my hand virtually on the phone, praying with us, staying there on the phone with us. And oh my god, yeah. So grateful for my siblings and for friends. Finally, when friends got to know, like, they would come sit with me, cry with me, hug me, send food. You guys are amazing. I'm so grateful. So grateful for everyone who called. I'm so grateful, so grateful. And it's been, I think today actually marked the 3 months. Today's 21st. I think it was born on 21st or 28th. I think it was yesterday or today. 3 months exactly that all that happened. And all I can say is I'm grateful. I'm grateful for life, and God has been faithful. It was really tough. I'm grateful for my midwife. Oh my god, she was so supportive. She would come sit down on the floor, cry with me, hug me, massage my tummy, show me what to do. And she told me to take compulsory maternity leave. So thank God for Germany, even with what happened, because my son was weighing over 500 kg, sorry, 500 gram. 500 gram, and I was entitled to take some period off, like I think 3 months or so. Yeah, I'm resuming work in the next couple of days, so yeah. It's been an amazing journey, if I do say so myself. It's been God all the way. Like, we're so grateful. My son, the day he told them at his kita that he's expecting a baby sister, was the day I got discharged at the hospital. And so when I got to the kita, they were like, "Oh, David told us that you're pregnant." I'm like, sorry. Not anymore, at least for now. And they're like, "Oh, so sorry." I'm like, it's okay, you didn't know. But yeah, we had to like find a way to tell David, and so that like, okay, you're gonna have a baby, but not now. Baby went back to Jesus. Yeah, I already had an experience with grief a little with my mom, which is his grandmother. So he said, okay, baby went to grandma in heaven. David is now with grandma and with God in heaven and all that. Yeah, moving on. Another thing that I'm so grateful for in past 7 years, especially the last few months, few years, is that the original me, or the old me that was in Nigeria, I'm not the type of person that will approach people for friendship or for even discussions. Like, yeah, I wasn't like this, like so friendly, having friends like that in Nigeria. How many close friends that I have when I was working in the bank? Not so many. Like, where's the time? But of course, I've come to realize that living abroad, you need a community of people that are like-minded and all that. And it's really amazing that I'm like, anybody needs my help, you need to talk to me about, come, this is how it is, don't do this. If you can do this. If you, I think this is what I would do. Okay, yeah, that's how to say it. This is what I would do if I was in your situation, blah blah blah. And yeah, so yeah, I don't want this video to be so long, so that, because I don't want my husband to be paying me when I am editing. So yeah, expect more vlogs and more lifestyle. Like you've seen, I've gradually moving away from migration. Of course, we'll talk about it once in a while, moving to Germany, blah blah blah. The opportunity card that just came out, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, that's what I'll be seeing you on my next one. Bye.